Alright people, welcome to our New Year's video here on Team Pure. Today we have a massive video for you guys. Massive is in terms of the length. We also have a lot of stuff to bring on the table. Firstly, we're going to do something we haven't done in very long. It's going to be a recruitment challenge. It's going to be a very special one, but I'm going to get into that in a minute. That's going to be the first part of the video. We have three parts actually. Well, two parts, one minor third part. And the second part is going to be the big part. It's going to be basically a recap of this year, a highlight part where me, ASC, and Uprise will be talking through some of the biggest moments, or some of the good moments of this year in this team, and also preparing for you guys what you can expect next year. And the last little part will be a minor giveaway, so to say. It's basically just us giving you guys something that we have been working on, or something, some stuff we've been lying around that we could give to you guys. Anyways, let's get into the RC. It's really gonna be a very open RC. I'm gonna start off by talking about the players, then we'll have Uprise talking about the designers, and ending off with JeZ talking about the editors. And let's get into the players. So for the players, it's gonna be what we are right now. It's gonna be multi FPS, but it's not gonna be a normal RC, and that goes for everything. It's gonna be very open, and by that we means that all platforms can be in on it. It's both gonna be snipers and trick shotters, but it doesn't even have to be a recruitment challenge. You're gonna do in the terms of going for a clantag challenge. You can do that, and that's why we have the clantag P1. And for everyone going for that clantag thing, you start from today, and you have until January 21st to submit your responses to the Google Doc form below. But that's not the only thing you have to do, because if you don't feel like going for yet another RC in the great big bunch of RCs going on at the moment, we have another thing for you, because the clantag thing is actually just a minor part of this. You can actually just go by submitting an app clip to us, and that's still gonna be through the Google Doc thing in the description. We're gonna maybe make a separate thing. I don't know yet, but basically, you can just make an app clip. That means you can put together your best clips in one raw video and submit it in the Google Doc form below, and also in the Google Doc form we'll have the option to put in your Skype and your YouTube channel, which means that if we see something that we really like, we'll contact you, and that goes for all submissions, not only this one. You don't even have to submit best of clips, because since it's multi FPS and it's open, so to say, you can submit a commentary, you can submit something entertainment, whatever you feel like would represent you as a channel and what you would bring to the Pure channel. That's what you want to show us in this. And obviously it's for most of you guys, it's gonna mean that you'll submit a bunch of clips, and that's really nice because we also need players, and it doesn't really matter what you submit. It's just as long as it reflects you as a YouTuber, and that's pretty much it. So we're gonna have a few Google Docs below, and you just submit whatever you feel like submitting to. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here for Uprise so we can talk about the designers a bit.
Okay, about the designer RC, I want you to submit your portfolio into the Google form, document form below, which will be in the description. And if you don't use a portfolio and instead you use, like, for example, your YouTube, you only have speed arts on your YouTube. Just submit your YouTube to the Google Doc form in the description, and we'll check it. So I want you guys to be original and creative, and try to have a good diversity of styles. What do I mean with a good diversity of styles? I don't want you to just focus on one style, because not everyone wants the same thing. So if you only know how to do 3D things or photo manipulations, and then suddenly someone just asks you for a 2D thing and you don't know how to do it, it won't be good for you. So just try to be original, creative, have a good diversity of styles, and then just submit your portfolio or whatever you use in the Google Doc form below. That's it. And now I leave it for JeZ to talk about the editors part.
Alright guys, it's Pure JeZ here, and I'm going to talk to you about the editing side of this thing. So, with editing, we are going to be completely open with this. We'll let you submit any style you want. So we don't care what style you edit in, chill, hip hop, well, anything. It doesn't really matter. You can edit with any style, but we'll be judging your technique. We have a lot of different editors and a lot of different people who can do most of the styles and do it well. So we will all be judging the submissions pretty much. Your technique, your creativity, how well it's pulled off, and in general just how well it goes together. Because if you don't know how to do smooth keyframes, or your effects just don't work well with the song, then that's obviously not going to work in your favor, and those are the things we're going to be looking at. So your technique and just the way the whole thing is presented, basically. Now, another thing we're going to let you guys do is you can submit whatever you want. You can submit a previous edit that you've done that you consider your best, or you can also submit a new edit. If you want to do a new edit, there are clips in the description that you can use from the Christmas Teamtage. You don't have to use them, but if you need to, there they are. And also, one final word is that you have to have this submitted by the same time as everything else. So the designing RC, the players RC, and the editors RC are all going to have the same deadline. So make sure you have it submitted through the link in the description. And that's another thing. The link in the description, there's going to be one for each specific type of submission. There's going to be one for players, one for designers, and one for editors. Make sure you submit through the editors link. It just makes it so much easier for us to manage. And also, like we said previously, make sure that you check the commentators and streamer box if you do any of those. So that's it, guys. I've been Pure JeZ. Best of luck and Happy New Year's.
Alright guys, this is the highlight part of the New Year's video on Team Pure, and basically this is gonna be a recap of 2014 in Team Pure. And obviously we cannot start out a highlights part of the video without talking about the biggest highlight of the year, at least in my opinion also, the 1K Teamtage. This was the biggest project we've been working on so far in the team, and I know Michael, who's with me here in the call, worked so hard on making this one of his best edits ever.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, might be the favorite video for me to produce. Like, it was such a big thing, like, for Pure in general. Like, we planned out this team task for so long. Like, we had 3 editors, me, JeZ, and Prax, both everyone trying to do their best job on this team task. And in my opinion, it came out perfect.
Yeah, another thing we did to make it even better was that we made sure that the soundtrack they were kind of similar, the songs at least. There was this one song in JeZ part which wasn't, but it's good. It was kind of break, but in general, like, the CC was very much alike. We didn't have a common CC. They just made it in the same kind of, you know, blue purplish color every editor, and chose songs that remind of each other.
Yeah, besides that problem with the copyright, I think everything went perfect. The edit was perfect from all of our editors. The clips were also pretty good. It got an excellent response by the community because that's
the response from the community so far has been like, it's such a good response we have gotten from the community. I love reading through the comments on how the edit was and how, like, people think it's their favorite team task of the year and all. And as Uprise just said, it is the most viewed we have on the channel so far. So
in general, like, personally, this is my favorite video that I was in on producing this year. It might also be my favorite team task of the year. Obviously we are not able to match big teams, but for the team it is just, you know, it's a milestone, and we need to celebrate that the best way possible. I can't promise we can do the same for 2K team task if we ever reach 2K in the near future, but we're gonna try and do something special for each milestone we have. And now moving on, obviously the 1K team task wasn't the first highlight yet, it's just the biggest one. Obviously we needed to start off with this, it's just so special for us. Actually, we started off the year with a team task. It was team task 3, and the reason why I'm bringing this in is because it was, you know, it wasn't the best team task we made. It was certainly really good, I really liked it, but it's actually the all-time most viewed team task we've ever made, and it's surprising, but
not on our channel.
No, not on our channel. It's still in the top on our channel, but it's actually mostly because it got featured on a community channel, which it ended up getting 12K views on there, and that really is just the reason why we're featuring it. it was also a big change from the first two team tasks. We went from making what we would consider mediocre team tasks to something that I personally think was high standard, and I guess that's why it got so popular in the end. After the 1K team task, we actually, I think it was up to, we were producing small team tasks for like these challenge team tasks in a competition, but that inspires us to do a clantag team task, and we did that when the World Cup was on, the football World Cup, soccer World Cup, whatever you want to call it.
FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, that one. And while that was going, we decided that just after the group stage ended, we decided to give our players 2 weeks with a clan tag. The clan tag was WC for World Cup, and within that 2 weeks, they had time to hit clips until a certain day, and from then, me and Michael would edit together a themed team task. It was not just a team task with the World Cup; it was actually gonna be a themed team task, and that's what's inspired Michael to do the intro he did, which was pretty much a themed intro. And Michael has to do that. He sometimes does that. He does something really special for the intro. It's not just a regular intro you would see. It's actually an animated intro in a way.
Yeah, like I tried with the intro to get you into like the feel of the World Cup. So me and JeZ, we went down and like we had one day just trying to find a soundtrack that would actually fit the theme. So
I actually think we took music from FIFA itself, the game.
Yeah, I know in JeZ's part we used 2 songs from FIFA 14, so we can't afford it like fit the football theme.
Well, I think it was pretty good. The edit was very original, and actually it might be one of my favorite edits that we have on our channel. I really like that.
I personally like it. It's really, if you're into football,
it's really
definitely
fruity.
go. Yeah,
Like,
if you're really
it's
into football, you
original.
should really go watch it. Yeah, it's actually I don't remember seeing anything like it before. It's not a super original idea, but it's something new.
And the comments were pretty good on that video. Everyone was saying what an original idea. I really would like to have an episode like this, and I think that's good for us.
Yeah, and I guess you like it, especially because you had to close it, didn't you?
No, not because of that. Well, not only because of that, but I think it was pretty good. The idea was good. It was in a good moment, which was the World Cup.
Yeah, people are generally
And everything went good on that Teamtage.
during that period alone, and also just throughout the entire year, we tried introducing new series, and we had Clip of the Week, and we actually have, I think, 16 episodes of it. That kind of indicates that we are not doing them every week, but every once in a while, and especially when we get a good idea, we tried having some humoristic sense to it. Sometimes it was serious, just kind of different. We try and have fun doing those. It's just not we don't have it as a thing we have to do. We do it whenever we have a good idea. We also had that special episode of it where Michael edited.
Yeah, during the Eurovision, I took on an episode and I used the like the winner from last year's song, and I edited like an OCE to it. So
yeah. So, in my opinion, that's the best. I also really like the one with Pure Basil, one of the OG members, commentating, imitating Oliver H24, the parody.
that's all really good.
The parody channel, yeah. So we did a parody of a parody, really. But I really like that. It's really fun. That and the Japanese one that JeZ did. Anyways, another big change that happened just before we released the next Team Task, Team Task 4, was that we actually went multi-FPS. It was actually an idea that I have been going with for a while, and that wouldn't go straight too far from our channel. So we decided to recruit a few people that also wanted to make content in that way. They also play Call of Duty, almost all of them. But at the same
They also
time,
play other games.
they play other games.
CS:GO, Battlefield,
Destiny.
yeah, Destiny
Titanfall
too.
as well, I think. And because of that, we were now able to produce content from other channels. That we showed with introducing Pure JeZ, and he has been in the team before. It was I really call it introducing because he's done so much for the team. He was in the team for a long while, but he got permission to make an introduction for himself. An episode from himself, edited by himself, and it was not Call of Duty only. It only had 2 Call of Duty clips in it, I think. and the rest
Yeah,
was
fun. Yeah.
Battlefield clips, I think. Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, and that was one of my favorite uploads this year. I really like that. And
Yeah,
And,
You can
and,
say-
and I think the best part about that is it was our first multi-FPS upload, which got a pretty good response, and it was our first FPS,
Yeah.
multi-FPS video.
Sometimes-
So it's pretty good response for our first ever.
though, even though we did this change, that didn't mean that our next few team tasks was gonna be multi-FPS. Because we were not sure if our own players were ready for that or if our fans were ready for that. So the next team task we did was Team Task 4, and it always had been in the workings for quite a while. At that,
Yeah, I think actually about 2 months, like with 1 month of editing. Yeah, from me. I think I edited about 1 month
yeah, and
this summer.
even though I'm saying 1K Team Task is my favorite upload this year, a lot of people will probably point to Team Task 4 and say this is the best one. Also because the edit is better, Michael had gotten better in the time. The
Yeah,
clips
of
were
course.
much better as well. Then Advanced Warfare came out, and because of that, it actually
Yep.
meant that we could make consistent team tasks following the two big team tasks, Team Task 4 and Team Task 5, and we already had our first Advanced Warfare team task ready a week after Team Task 5 release. And after that, we actually kept on making team tasks consistently up until the third team task in Advanced Warfare by me.
Yeah,
Stuff
it
like
was
that.
it was actually also really hard for us. It like it took a while. I don't know if it took a while, but we worked our asses off. You can say that like in a way we worked our asses off those 5 weeks to produce these team tasks for you guys. So of course Team Task 4 and Team Task 5 had been like in the making for a while, but the other 3 team tasks, they came out like really great. I loved the edits JeZ, Dejo and TSC did on them. It was actually a good edit, and the clips were up to the standard. So I actually like those 3 team tasks. I really do.
The last thing on the highlights list, it was that we uploaded our first ever multi
FPS.
FPS team task for Christmas. It was also a Christmas team task.
Yeah.
And as you guys could see, it didn't mean that it was a Battlefield team task, it was a Counter-Strike team task. It was a multi-FPS in the sense that it was Call of Duty, Battlefield, Counter-Strike, and we were trying to get some Destiny in it and all that. But yeah, it's just you guys could see that it was still Call of Duty.
Yeah, it mainly had Call of Duty, but you also had a few clips of Battlefield, a few clips of Counter-Strike.
Spice it up, and in my opinion, it worked out really well. And
Like we had Horsecraft, one of our editors editing it, and he did a really great job. He used he used the song from Phase, so he used a remix of a Christmas song, and it turned out really well. I like the theme he went for with the edit. It matches like a Christmas theme, and like the clips were also good, and we had some of the like Battlefield clips from JeZ and some Counter-Strike Go, I think, from Pure Brink, mixed up with some Advanced Warfare Black Ops 2 clips, like to sort of get you the feel of what we're going for if we will ever make a FPS team task.
yeah, so that was the highlights of this year, and that's not the only thing we're gonna have in this video. We actually have this little last part, and for this, this is gonna be sort of a giveaway, but it's not a giveaway in the same sense as KSI giving away 5 million PlayStations or something. It's actually just some stuff that we have that you guys might want, that we have used in the producing of some of our videos, and stuff that you could use to make your videos. And it's not really that big. It's just a few stuff, mainly for editing. It's gonna be
Like a little present.
yeah, you could say that, like a little late Christmas present.
Yeah.
We have the clips from the Christmas team task, which is basically for the people going for the editing RC. And then we have a gun sound pack by JeZ, and this is not only regular gun sounds. This is actually all Call of Duty gun sounds from COD 4 up until Advanced Warfare, I think. And not only that, but it also has Battlefield gun sounds and Counter-Strike gun sounds in it. So that's really good as well. If you want to edit multi-FPS, you can go and get your gun sounds from that pack as well.
Yeah,
And-
and the last thing we will give away is it's the After Effects project file for Teamtage 4 with all the associated files. So you will also get the clips from Teamtage 4 and the cinematics I used in the edit. Of course, there are some third-party plugins which I can't give you, so I will put a list in the
in the
folder.
folder, yeah.
So you can check out which plugins I have used for the different effects, so you can get the full experience and the full insight to how I put up a video and how I edit.
Well, yeah, and not only a video, it was probably the most popular team task we did this year. I don't know, the one that people like the most, and that's, you can see how he synced it, you can see how he did the CC, you can see how he did some of the effects, and generally get a sense of how that team task came to be. And be sure to participate in the RC, and it's an easy RC if you want to join this team, if you want to be part of the growth of this team. You're free. You can now participate in the RC. People have been asking for that. We did the highlights of 2014, giving you guys a recap of what we've been doing, and expect more of that in the future, even more than that in the future, because we're gonna try and be even more active. We have recruited a lot of new sick players that are really active on YouTube, so it's gonna be hopefully a great 2015. Anyways, thank you for being with us in 2014, and see you guys next year.
Oh, you forgot to say one thing. We are also giving away Daijo, so if you want to take him, you can grab him and take it with you, okay?
Yeah, bye.
Bye.